SpaceX capsule back on Earth, paves way for new manned U.S. flights and raquo. Capital News, by Washington, United States, March 8. SpaceX's Crew Dragon capsule completed its NASA demonstration mission Friday with a successful splashdown in the Atlantic Ocean, paving the way for the resumption of manned space flights from the U.S. After hours of suspense, the Crew Dragon touched down in the Atlantic Ocean at 8:45 am some 230 miles 370 kilometers off the coast of the U.S. state of Florida. The capsule brought its crew of one test dummy back to Earth in the same way that American astronauts returned to the planet in the Apollo era in the 1960s and 1970s, before the 1981-2011 Space Shuttle program. NASA TV footage showed the capsule gently drifting into the ocean, its descent slowed by its four main orange and white parachutes, which folded into the water around it as boats sped toward the site. Good splashdown of Dragon confirmed. The SpaceX Twitter account tweeted. Beautiful parachute deployment, said Benji Reed, the director of crew mission management at SpaceX. I am still shaken. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine hailed the splashdown, saying it marked another milestone in a new era of human spaceflight. Launched on Saturday from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, Dragon docked at ISS the following day before successfully undocking Friday some 250 miles over Sudan. On NASA TV, it looked like a slow-motion ballet, even though the two craft were actually orbiting Earth at 17,500 miles per hour. The re-entry into Earth's atmosphere tested the vehicle's heat shield for the first time, and SpaceX founder Elon Musk had previously said that the phase was probably my biggest concern. You see the light from the atmosphere as it heats up, astronaut Bob Behnken said of re-entry. You see some orange, like Apollo. While Dragon's crew member was a dummy named Ripley this time, the mission sets the stage for a manned flight, which will see two U.S. astronauts, one of them Behnken, book a return trip to the ISS sometime before the end of the year, according to NASA. Boeing is also in on the project to resume manned spaceflight from U.S. soil after an 8-year hiatus. It won't be long before our astronaut colleagues are aboard Crew Dragon and Boeing Starliner vehicles, and we can't wait, U.S. astronaut Anne McClain said on behalf of the ISS crew after the capsule left the station. NASA and the administration of President Donald Trump have spent all week extolling the historic nature of the mission. It represents the first private space mission to the ISS, as well as the first time a space vessel capable of carrying people was launched by the U.S. in 8 years. Dragon also marks a return to a vintage format. It is the first U.S. capsule since the pioneering Apollo program. Capsules have no wings and fall to the Earth, their descent slowed only by parachutes, much like the Russian Soyuz craft, which lands in the steppes of Kazakhstan. The last generation of U.S. spacecraft, the space shuttles, landed like airplanes. Shuttles took after the program was retired, the U.S. government, under then-President Barack Obama, turned toward SpaceX and Boeing to develop a new way to ferry its crews, paying the firms for their transport services. Due to about 3 years of development delays, the switch has come to fruition under Trump. I realize I've been holding my breath for 5 years. Not exactly for now, Russia will continue to be the only country taking humans to the ISS. NASA buys seat. Get top news for the day direct to your inbox. Nairobi, Kenya, March 8. Few recent evidence indicates that the number of overweight and obese people is. Geneva, Switzerland, March 8. Algerian businessman Rahid Nekaz was arrested at a hospital in Geneva. Nairobi, Kenya, March 8. Human rights group under the umbrella of Kenyans of Goodwill now want president. Zero comments, zero views. Zero comments, zero views. Zero comments, zero views. Nairobi, Kenya, March 8 National Assembly Majority Whip Benjamin Washiali wants the Director of Public. Nairobi, Kenya, March 8 Recent evidence indicates that the number of overweight and obese people is. Nairobi, Kenya, March 8 Nairobi Jubilee members of County Assembly have come out to defend Deputy President. Nairobi, Kenya, March 8 Transport Workers Union TAWU has protested against the implementation of the. Washington, United States, March 8 NASA has captured unprecedented photos of the interaction of shock waves.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the